love this. This is the classic like old guard versus new guard kind of thing. Tenni's been around forever since Smash 4. Nova, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but this kid's results have been crazy recently. And I'm talking like borderline Texas PR. He's been pulling it up. Let's go, man.
Dude, this is going to be so hype. I've been watching Tenni, and he's been on the come up right now. Yeah, okay.
Gotcha.
So we just heard, apparently they started before we even got the notice to start going. So this is pretty much like a crew battle right now. Tenni down a stock against Nova. Probably got hit with Kaboom at like 30 S score. Yes.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So looks like Tenni's going to be starting, but down a stock, but he's going to even it up real quickly. So I don't know about y'all, but this is even. I mean, nothing happened.
He brought it back immediately.
Yeah. Look, I mean, nobody does that like Ivysaur or Pokemon Trainer in general. I mean, that character can steal stocks.
That's the explosiveness of both these characters, man. It just depends on how good the position you got your opponent in is.
Absolutely. Man, you would not know that Tenni was down a whole stock at the beginning of this game, already brought it back to a completely even game. Nova's going to have to, really start to gain his composure back because, I mean, it's probably weird whenever you stop in the middle of the game to, like, reposition yourself and stuff like that, but you can't let it affect your mental.
Yeah, but Tenni's also, he's been on a huge come up as well. I know you mentioned Nova earlier, but you cannot put any... Oh. All right, talking about Nova now. Nova's been going absolutely dummy, too. I really like the heroes that have used that Accelerado combos. And look at that right here. Just what I was saying. That was all true, by the way. And we don't see enough of that with the hero players.
Bro, looking like Mario with the up air combos there. Accelerado really does turn Hero into just a completely different character. One thing that's really interesting that I always like to see when I look at Pokemon trainers is just kind of when they decide to swap. Like, what role each Pokemon has in, their game plan. We saw, like, in opportunities like Squirtle died at like 60 to Oomph F-Tilt, and that's rough, but at the same time, the damage that Squirtle can get out is really impressive.
I'm telling you right now, the mindset when it comes to Tenni's Charizard is side B. It's Flare Blitz.
Really?
If you ever watched him do a Game 4, Game 5 finisher, he is looking for that Flare Blitz at last stock to just catch you off guard. And it stopped working. It stopped working at Royal Brawl. And it was so fun. I mean, it was like he was playing against, I think, Mega Fox.
Yeah.
And he did it like 3 times with the same stock, and he just shielded and up smashed him. And everybody was like, Tenni.
Hey, they can't hear us, can they? Look, let's not jinx it because this is looking like a Flare Blitz would be very appreciated right now. Tenni, little bit down, but nothing that Charizard can't make up extremely quickly.
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he's looking for those clutch plays. I've never seen Tenni win a game that he had a lead in. Like, this dude always has to start losing before he can beat somebody. Like when he went Game 5 with Z3. I don't know if he's ever beaten her, but he did go Game 5 with her back at I think it was Shatterpoint.
Yeah.
That was hype, man. And it was the same way. He went for that Flare Blitz, and it was just whether or not it hit or not.
Yeah.
And that's the gamble that he puts in every time he plays Charizard.
It's really scary. I mean, that being said, Nova was doing pretty good at holding center stage. That's the thing. Because Pokemon Trainer, well, yeah, that'll be it. Pokemon Trainer's really good at stealing those comebacks, specifically Charizard. So Nova, like, it's really easy to play scared at that point. Like, do immediate panic options, stuff like that. But Nova just playing on the back foot, like, just playing reactively. That's all he needs to do in those situations.
If anything, I bet Tenni is probably playing better with that stock deficit that he started with. he goes into some different type of mode because if he's on even footing, he always has that first stock get burned out. I swear to God, he never has a lead.
That's funny.
But
yeah,
he made that game look even.
I guess that's true. Yeah, he's probably like, I get to start with a whole stock down. Oh boy,
let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, so that's true. Like again, it was 2 stocks to 3, and it was still an absolutely last hit game. So
what?
Yeah, okay, looks like Nova's going to be switching to the Inkling. This is the character I've actually seen from Nova more in DFW. So
interesting, okay.
But yeah, interesting. I love the strat to, win a game and then switch just to, see your options. I kind of like it because, I mean, if this doesn't go well, you still have room to go back to the hero and kind of get your momentum back.
I was going to say, he also was kind of getting beat down with that hero. I mean, obviously, he had one more stock than Tenni, and it looked like a last hit situation, especially going up against Charizard. So I can definitely understand the switch right here.
That's fair. Man, I really like one thing I'll say about Nova. He's constantly in Tenni's face in the air trying to catch spot dodges. Like, he's constantly just jumping around, kind of waiting, and he's gotten a lot of mileage off that, both last game and this one. Oh, this is a scary situation, but Nova makes it back.
Yeah, Nova able to make it back out there. I'm dying there. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially without having a hitbox on Inkling's recovery. it's over for me in that situation.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that down air, nerfed by the way. Like that is the nerfed Ivysaur down air, and it's still just an absolute menace to deal with when you're trying to recover. But really good stuff, and again, just super even on this first game, or his second game.
Yeah, Nova kind of having a difficult time recharging his Ink. You can see he's putting himself in positions where he wants to, but Tenni has that pressure. Obviously, the Flare Blitz is in the picture.
Yeah.
But aside from that, Charizard just has so much burst range that you have to respect that sliding F tilt specifically.
Yeah, it's a great point. But the thing is, like, you can't play too defensively against Charizard either, because I feel like Charizard wins that game in the long run.
He's got good everything, man. There isn't a bad move on Charizard, especially in that kill percent. He's got throws, he's got the aerials, and he's got those normals that can absolutely deal damage.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably the character we're going to see the most in Tenni, his Ivysaur.
Yeah, I mean, we saw him steal that really early stock game 1 with the up B. Tenni obviously has very good mastery of this character's combos, but yeah, the roller, tried and true from Inkling, is going to seal up the stock. Not too bad, and that's really important. I mean, you don't want to drop to this much of a deficit whenever you almost lost when you had a stock lead last game, you know?
Yeah, probably going to be the most difficult part about this matchup for Nova, especially because, Tenni can change his weight whenever he feels like it.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great point. Because, yeah, like, I feel like so much of Inkling killing is if you can get that Booyah percent. But it's probably really hard whenever the weight of your opponent is constantly shifting. You're like, it's just a lot of, like, mental taxation to be ready for it.
Yeah, and Tenni doesn't even... Like, he plays Pokemon trainers so differently. I feel like he switches multiple. Yeah, look at that. We're seeing Squirtle twice in the same stock. I don't see that at all with other Pokemon trainer players.
Yeah.
It's like Squirtle, Ivysaur, then Charizard.
Yeah.
Don't switch. Keep Squirtle for, when you come back on that stock.
Yeah.
But Tenni, we'll see Ivysaur maybe 2 or 3 times for every single stock, just because he's thinking about different things per situation. I feel like that's the mastery of the character we need to start seeing more.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it can be really scary, especially in those high percents. Like, you just want to be Charizard because you live a little bit longer, but sometimes that's just not the play. Like, sometimes, the game is a little more complicated than that. There's more variables at play, and I love that Tenni is recognizing that.
Yeah, if you're going to die to anything as Charizard anyways, you might as well play a character that's better.
Yeah. Man, it seems like Booyah, I mean, already really hard to hit, but with that frame 1 escape option and switch, is probably even more difficult.
It is frame 1, huh? I didn't even think about that.
No, yeah, it's definitely really good. I'm sure that's going to come into play quite a bit. That being said, like, I feel like there's been a lot of close calls, but neither of these guys have died quite yet. Ugh.
Look at him playing that holding shield game. That's exactly what you got to do against Inkling, because he can't do anything. The Sour Bear is not going to send you anywhere. I don't think even full hit, like the strong hit of Bear is going to do anything. No, I don't think so. Not Charizard. Very heavy and calling out the drift. Man. That was devious. And look, just like I was saying, now that Charizard's about to start dying, send in the Squirtle. Got better nooch, get that extra credit potentially, or you just die immediately by holding right his blessing. Yeah, that'll happen. So one of the lightest characters in the game. I feel like I always hear people when they're playing against Pokemon Trainer be like, when I get to 40% and my opponent finally switches off Squirtle, I'm like thanking my lucky stars, because I feel like if they never switched off Squirtle, they'd never lose. That character doesn't lose neutral. It's the same thing with Pyra man. People got to stay on Mythra. They don't realize how busted that character is.
I know, yeah. They feel like they have to switch, but... Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, here's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like Nova's putting on a lot of pressure with these aerials in a way that's really hard to kind of counteract. It's always shifting exactly where he needs to punish.
Yeah, dude, I'm also just so fascinated with Tenni. It's like when he's switching, he's not shy to use that switch, but also he's not taking any damage when he does it. He's at 79% right now, and he's switched twice. That's like unheard of.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, that might be an adaptation that Nova might need to make. Might need to start baiting out those switches, because like at the end of the day, there's some cooldown there, right? If you can kind of get in the position, that should be it. Yeah. Very good.
Just like you were saying, that's a free advantage state if you can call it out correctly. And Tenni being a little just sporadic with it, I think. Getting caught with the roller, they're going to finish off that game too. Now he's really got to step up the gas.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, look. I mean, we were, not questioning, but a little curious about the Inkling pick, and it seems like it really paid dividends. I think. Obviously, what really comes down to if the Inkling can succeed is if he can get those kills. And Nova found the rollers when he needed to, was able to nuke the Squirtle that second stock, and he was able to kind of consistently keep himself in the game.
Something about Austin and Inklings, man. As soon as you come to Austin, you're like, this character is top 10. why is everybody playing Inkling down here?
Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point.
I guarantee you the character is not we sing a third switch. That would have been
no way. Wow.
That would have been funny. Just put Tenni through the ringer of characters that used to be good.
Yeah, that would be pretty messed up.
You got to pull out Ike next.
Ike.
That's a character
Bro,
that I want to see in the meta again.
My Pichu sauces. You have no idea.
Trust.
But, I mean, really interesting to switch back to the hero. I mean, look, I mean, even still, I guess Inkling's not really killing off the sides, and it would probably be hard to kill off the top. So.
Temptation is the killer, man. He saw his opportunity. He's trying to take it right now. He's like, I just need one up B.
I get it, but like, you know, regardless, I'd be curious to talk to Nova and see like what is kind of his mindset when his characters come into play. Like, is it a stage thing? Is it a mentality thing? Is it a playstyle thing? I don't know, because it's really interesting, but I think it's working out.
I don't know Nova. I didn't even know him before I got on the block, but I can tell you with like 90% certainty, it's because it's Town and City.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. But it's also Town and City for Zara.
Yeah, that works both ways. That back air, just absolutely huge, especially in like the vertical range. It's really kind of deceptive, and it kills extremely early, especially on Town and City.
It's just every time that I see Hero in deficit, I'm like, no, he's not. He's got back throw kaboom. He's got oomph, psych up, magic burst, especially on this stage. Yeah,
I mean, you're not wrong, but also like, I feel like when you know you're looking for the cheese, like you can kind of play around it. Like every Smash player knows that Hero's trying to kill Tenni at 45, and here it is.
Do they know that?
Okay,
he's dead. He's literally dead.
He is dead.
And he got a crit.
The critical hit, not necessary probably,
Salt in the wound.
but it does hurt the mental.
Absolutely. And
wow.
now he's got Accelerado, which we already saw he's super proficient in. If you're looking for that grab, he wants that extra credit. Exactly what I was saying. He is an infinitely better character. Oh, never mind. It's gone.
Yeah, he was glowing all kinds of colors, but able to come back. I like jumping over the forward smash. That really good ledge option, but Nova not falling for it. And yeah, any kind of extra credit really matters here. Tenni wants to end the stock quickly, and the up B is not going to be the option right now.
Yeah, Nova was showing Tenni what to do about F smashes.
Yeah.
He was like, here's how you don't get hit by him. Just by the way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
dude!
I can't believe that didn't poke, honestly. Like that shield is looking really small, and that was a lot of hits.
So can we retract the statement that if you know Hero wants to cheese you, you're not going to get hit by it? Because
I'm not saying that.
He has so many cheesy options that it's just like you can't avoid all of it. You can't possibly play around all of it, especially once Nova starts to slow it down, like we're seeing right now. He will just be in bounce center stage mode, and he's just like, look at the patience that he's having right now. He's not running at all. Obviously, he got caught there, but he was doing it earlier as well, where he just stood still for like 15 seconds and waited to see what Tenni was up to. Yeah, I mean, it's fair. Look, you have to do like a very specific kind of camping in order to react and everything. And even still, Jesus! Melted him with that flame slash, and it is an even game. Tenni had nearly a stock lead in this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, yeah, like you said, Hero can do some dastardly things on this stage. I mean, Nova's menu usage has been exceptional. Oh, the platform sliding in, trying to give him the alley-oop, but doesn't find anything.
I thought we were going to see a clip there. It's like Nova's the comeback. If this is a 3-0, that would be insane just because of how amazing these games have been. I don't want this set to end yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, and I will say, I know Nova actually wasn't even seed to win his last round. So to beat Tenni, too, would be, I mean, lots of upsets here in this bracket.
Tenni Austin PR as well, right?
Yeah, I don't know now, but absolutely former PR.
I think he was number 7, if I remember correctly.
On the most recent one? Oh, but like you mentioned.
Yeah, like I said, that Flare Blitz comes into play, and he just needs one more to end the game. Oh! Dash back, F smash to end up finishing up that stock, getting his first game of the set. He is on the start of a reverse 3-0.
Man, what a soul read. I mean, that is not the kind of thing. He pulled that out one time.
One
shot, one kill.
Uh-huh.
Really cool stuff. And I mean, like, I feel like those kind of soul reads are something you gain whenever you play this game for a long time, which Tenni absolutely has.
And Charizard F Smash isn't even that good of a move. Like, it's decently fast, but it doesn't have like any range.
Yeah.
Super laggy. That could have been his stock if it was.
I have no doubt. I bet that's probably true. One thing that's really interesting, I do hear that Nova's switching back to Inkling, which I think makes a lot of sense here.
Yeah.
But we saw a hero that I feel like didn't use side B that much at all, which I know for a lot of heroes is like the entire neutral. That was more of a menu kind of hero.
I was going to say, like, electric beat water, like, jokes aside. Every time I've seen a hero play against Squirtle, I have seen the side B use because it's just a broken poking tool.
Yeah.
I think it's probably Hero's best move.
No, absolutely. And we didn't really see that much from Nova. I mean, of course, still a very close game, but we're seeing how his game plan kind of rolls out here.
Yeah, we were kind of seeing the strategy earlier. It's like whenever he chooses to play careful, you notice he's just not throwing out any hitboxes.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to throw out the hitboxes, just safer ones,
Uh-huh.
to know that you're actually putting some kind of pressure on. Because when you're just standing there kind of like this, you're giving your opponent safe control.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because, I mean, a lot of heroes' buttons aren't super safe. Inkling, however, Nair super safe on shield. Back air is great, especially if you space it. I mean, Inkling's able to play that kind of playstyle a lot more.
Absolutely,
so,
especially because she has such a good dash dance as well.
Yep.
She can really control the stage just by moving around. But looking like she's not controlling this stage.
Man, oh my, yeah, that is really unfortunate.
But the roller recovery, able to make it back on the stage, now actually putting himself into a position of advantage. That could be the stock there.
That almost certainly.
Dude,
wow, from across the stage.
This character sucks.
Charizard's so heavy. Oh, I love the jump and then realize, oh shit, and then air dodge to try and get out of flare blitz. I mean, look, that's what he needed to do, and I'm glad that he reacted to it. But
now, if this was last stock, that would have had me shivering in my timber.
Oh, calling out the roll!
Oh my God, Tenni!
No way. I mean, I love that because it's like you're just dashing through. You're like, you're gonna roll here, and just perfectly calls it. But the up smash,
incredible up smash out of shield. Great recognition from Nova. Tenni on a bit, on a bit of fire right now. I'm not gonna lie. Not just because it's Charizard. Switching up to Squirtle, he's still cooking up some gas.
Yeah, definitely. So I like the use of Splatter Shot, but it looks like didn't realize that the Squirtle neutral B is able to kind of, or side B is going to eat through that. So something to keep in mind here in this matchup.
Yeah, withdrawal beats literally everything except for smash attacks and getting footstool.
Yeah, I've seen that move get footstool. It's pretty funny. You're in like 10 seconds of lag, it feels like.
No, dude, it might actually be like 6,000.
It's really funny. Man, Tenni has been scoping out these rolls, I will say. And like usually he's pretty correct. Oh, but the sliding F tilt. Angle down too.
Was that true? It looked very true.
I don't know if it was true, but either way, Nova was not ready for it.
No, he was not. And one thing I've noticed with Tenni as well, like you were saying with the rolls, it's because of the way Nova's playing, where he'll just kind of stand in the corner and wait. So you only got a certain amount of defensive options, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to jump against Ivysaur. You don't want to shield against Ivysaur because then you get grabbed.
Yeah.
So the roll looks like the best option, and I think Tenni's played the character long enough to recognize that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that comes from how Tenni is using his movement, right? Like a lot of these movement baits, he's not committing to an option necessarily. He's just dashing in, dashing out, and then just kind of waiting to react.
That back air actually hitting below the ledge there.
That is impressive, but unfortunately not going to be able to close out the stock, which matters so much. I mean, 165 Charizard, this is just so scary to deal with.
And so you were like, yeah, that's really cool, man. But your aerial doesn't kill at 170.
Yeah.
You got to try so hard at this character, dude.
Absolutely.
And not to say Pokemon Trainer is an easy character.
No, not at all.
Dang, Inkling needs something to kill aside from Roller, dude. Like, it is just a poverty. It is just a poverty kill option.
Yeah, well, that's what we're saying. Again, like at the beginning of the game, everyone thought Inkling was like amazing, and then you realize, wait, this character kind of can't kill if I don't let him roller me, you know?
Yeah,
so,
they definitely made Roller worse as well. That move was all sorts of busted.
Yeah, that's true. So he's going to have to Nova just slowly chip away. I like the tech. Gets away from the up B, but still in a really bad disadvantage state here.
Very non-committal chase from Tenni there, able to actually rack up that damage. He just needs one good hit to make it. I mean, he's looking for that. You know what he's looking for? He's looking for Razor Leaf or he's looking for down air.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it sucks too because like I just feel like Inkling is not. I mean, no, it can happen, but Inkling is not a comeback character. That's what I was gonna say.
Charging up that up smash, bringing it to a game 5. Is Tenni about to have a see a reverse 3-0, telling us why he deserves to be here?
Yeah, it's like you can switch around characters all you want. I'm sticking with who I know, and I'm winning the set. We'll have to see.
I would love to see Tenni at referee, though. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true.
I love Pokemon Trainer. Very underrepresented. And Tenni's probably the best one in Texas.
Yeah, I wouldn't see who would really contest him. So I think that's definitely true. I'm sure the referee people who are putting it on would appreciate it since he's so close, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, hey, you can just stay at your house, actually. Don't worry about it.
Please don't come.
Yeah. But, yeah. Going into this game 5, sticking with the hero, which I think... I don't know really what to think about these character picks anymore. I'm not going to lie.
I feel like he's rolling a dice
in
his head. Or it's like whichever one he starts with, he'll end with.
Yep. He switched character literally every game in this set. And it comes down to this.
It's so funny that you mentioned it. It is
Yeah,
literally, that's literally what it is. And he's getting 0 to death right now. Oh my, Tenni racking it up in the S smash to finish it off. Not going to be able to do that that time, but it was looking mighty scary. And now we're actually seeing the side B for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, and look, and we were saying, like, Squirtle is just one of those characters that doesn't lose neutral if he doesn't want to, it feels like. And we saw that first game. Like, it wasn't necessarily like one string. It was just, like, constant, like, reset and reset and reset. And Hero definitely, I think, is kind of prone to it's hard for him to deal with that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just look at that risk-reward recognition from Tenni as well. He noticed, like, okay, he's at 90%. I'm playing Squirtle. We got to switch over to Ivysaur.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. He wrapped that shit up.
Yeah.
And he's looping right now, getting that damage. 47%, nearly getting him with the knockoff flood.
Yeah, I don't know if he would have died from that, but like, yeah, he would have had to recover, and then maybe Tenni would have been able to switch to Ivysaur. Like, he's just trying to constantly put him in a bad situation, but thankfully, even though Squirtle's really light, not going to die to that neutral B.
Yeah, and even if Pokemon Trainer is just 3 mid tiers put together, you have to think about the spacing of what you're trying to avoid so much for every single character. Like, okay, even if I know Charizard wants 3 moves, you know, back air, up smash, it's playing around it after being after getting to be so close against Squirtle. Oh my goodness, the text from Nova, learning where the right trigger is and able to get it that up tilt for his first stock.
Looking like Evo 2019 with that soft down air. I'll let you know that's exactly how MK Leo didn't lose, or yeah, won Evo is with that exact same tech against this character too. So.
Yeah, actually, I remember the kill screen there on the game 3, right?
Yep. Game 4. That was game 4 Leo. But,
yeah, that's what it was.
But man, yeah, Tenni's keeping it down, but Squirtle, I feel like it's just so scary to
like I said,
have here right now.
I don't know what's worse, like Little Mac as a character or Tenni with a lead, man. It could go either way. It's looking really scary right now, but able to get that down tilt for the KO. He's got pretty much the stock lead, but we saw Nova. He had a shield break last game. He had almost 2 shield breaks in that game.
Yep. But I mean, Squirtle's so good at racking up percent of these, low percent interactions. Just gets so much off a hit and then keeps advantage state after. But we have the red magic here.
Hold the fort. Look at him. He's just waiting. He's like, yeah, I know what I have, and I know you don't want to deal with it, so I'm gonna stay right here until you press something.
Yeah, honestly, Withdraw, a pretty good burst option here, just because of, like, whenever Hero's just sitting back waiting for menu, like, you can just cover so much space, but
why?
The clank.
It clanked, but then he had that second hit come out, so he was able to actually take him out at 85 after the hit. Absolutely devious what Oomph will do to you.
What a strange interaction. Look, live by the Squirtle, die by the Squirtle. You're going to die really early.
Very smart from Note. You saw he did jab 1-2 and then rolled after, so he could get that mana back but not have to commit to the shield punish from Tenni.
Love that. I mean, look, everything, it's still super doable for both of these players, but, I mean, Nova needs to get to the ground and needs to start setting up his wall.
He's got to get it. He's got to get something together, man, because it is not looking good for him. As much as this is kill percent, Tenni's not going to let it happen. Yeah, he's playing it safe now. He's like, I got to make sure there's no way I can lose this.
Yeah, Tenni not committing to anything, just waiting for Nova to put out a couple of options, not going to fall into that snooze. Really scary.
Not going to be it. Tenni reverse 3-0ing Nova, showing that he deserves this qualifier. And I mean, he's defending Austin, man.
Yeah.
He had to show up.
Yep. Man, excellent composure. I really like that he just kind of stuck to his game plan.
Yeah.